on the subway, and she gave me her keys because she was like, had to look through her purse. So I was just like holding onto her keys, and I noticed she had like mint mouth spray on her keys. So I tried to like spray it in my mouth, and nothing came out of it. And I was like, what the hell? And I looked, there was like a lock on it, so I just unlocked it, and then I just like perfumed it in the air. And I was like, all right, well, it works, you know, so bottoms up, and I put it up to my mouth, and she was like, stop! And I was like, oh, what's wrong? And she was like, that's pepper spray. And I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, did you just spray that? I was like, I did a lot, yeah. It's all around us right now, is that bad? She's like, I don't know. I was like, what do we do? So we had this dilemma, right? There's this cloud of pepper spray on a crowded subway in New York City. I was like, maybe no one will notice, you know? Someone noticed. To Paula's right, there was this old lady that was like 70 plus. You know when it's like you just can't tell at that point? She was 70 plus, and she was knitting, or like whatever old people do on subways. She, like eating a lemon, you know? And she was sitting there, and she did this. She was like... So she was sitting here eating Spam, and she did this. She went... Just like that. And in about 10 seconds, a tsunami took over the subway. Everyone's screaming. Everyone's crying. One guy's scratching his throat going, I taste electricity. I don't know what that means. But it was so right. And one guy stood up. He decided he was like the lead. He's like, hey, who sprayed that pepper spray? Like he'd been here before. And there was a guy that was sitting right across from me, and he goes, it was that guy. And he pointed right at the guy next to me. And I was like, fuck it, it was that guy. Yeah. I saw him do it, get him. And he was like, it was you? And he was like, no, it wasn't me. And he just went over and started like patting his leg, like, where is it? And the door's open, and we all just flood off the subway. It was like the beach of Normandy, you know, like we're all crawling, one guy has his arm. It's not good, you know? And the guy gets off, and he's like, it wasn't that guy. No one's leaving the subway platform until we figure out who sprayed that pepper spray. And we were like, who's this guy? You know? He's not a detective. He's not my dad, you know? Why would I listen to this guy? So I just walked past him because his back was turned to me. And then my friend Paula, she tried to sneak past him, but he saw her and he grabbed her and went, where do you think you're going? So she just pepper sprayed him.